complete and utter failure of Supergirl. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit different than normal, guys. This is going to be a little more up my mythological alley, we'll say. After the complete and utter failure of Supergirl, and everybody clamoring, right? Everybody clamoring to go back to what works, which is kind of funny in a nutshell, right? If you think about it, we all say we want something new. We want to see something that hasn't been done, that we're not allowed to see. But then you see something new and you end up hating it. And then you just want to go back to what worked. But then you get bored with what works. It's just, can you see the childishness in it? Can you? Like, no one can take a stance and just stand there on it. But here's a funny thing, and I've lightly broached this topic before, but we haven't really gone into it, right? And that is, there is nothing new to see. Everything that can be done has been done, right? Everything that can be done has been done. It's was it Cold? I think it was Cold. It was their song, The Scientist, right? I'm going back to the start, right? Everything that can be done has already been done. Science fiction, horror, everything. It's already been established. You can go out and see everything has already been done. It's already been perfected. There is nothing new to see. All you can actually do is take different tropes and different ideas and mix them together to get a sense of freshness out of it. But there is nothing actually new to see out there. Music has been perfected, movies have been perfected of all kinds. You can go down the ladder. Most of that stuff was done by the 70s, because the 70s was really the time to experiment and the time to throw everything into a blender and hit frappe and let it go. That's how we got New Age spirituality. But something like, because I just saw the Werewolf trailer from Robert Eggers, and as somebody who is very much into mythology, legends, where they come from, why they come from, stuff like that, I'm actually very, very hopeful for this movie. Like, very hopeful, because you are taking... Now, it's going to be like The Northman, it's going to be like The Bitch, it's going to be like stuff like that, to where it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be very, like, gut-turning when you watch it. You're meant to not enjoy yourself, right? I love The Northman. Oh my god. Hamlet has never looked so good. But with this one, this encapsulates everything I'm talking about right now. Everything that could be done with the werewolf genre has already been done. And it's been dialed up to 11, right? I'm sure everybody, The Howling, all this stuff, even more current iterations, right? Like Underworld and all that stuff. Or Wolves with Jason Momoa. Anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up. Anyways, with Werewolf, we are really going back to, and this is the one thing that scratches my itch, right? We're going back to original lore. We're not talking about somebody who physically transforms into a wolf. It actually goes off of what the ancient folklore for that is, which is you're either cursed from birth or at some point in your life you are cursed. And this curse trickles down through your bloodline, right? Trickles down to the point where no religion can save you. And I love how they position that Christianity cannot do shit for you when you are cursed with this lycanthrope werewolf curse, because it is not based in Christianity. It is based in ancient pagan myths. So the only salvation, if you will, is by pagan means, which makes sense because it predates Christianity. Anyways, let's go through this real quick. So what is original werewolf lore? Well, it is that you are cursed, whether from birth, before birth, when you're in your mother's womb, or at some point afterward, you are cursed with this. And it slowly, methodically, just twists your psyche. It twists everything about you to the point of savagery doesn't even cut it. It's more of a feral almost existence, which is where the whole lycanthropy comes from. It's not a transformation outward, it's a transformation inward. So you are literally losing your Dustin, you can't talk right now. You are literally losing your humanity, right? You are turning into that feral beast of a creature. You are giving up everything that makes you civilized. You are giving up everything that makes you you. Whether you want to give it up or not. Because I think with the little things that they tease you with in the trailer, it really shows a great inner battle that that Aaron Taylor Johnson is going through when he is trying to fight this curse. He's trying to fight the beast within. He's trying to do it for his family. He's trying to do it for his community. He's trying to do it for all of these different things, and to keep a handle on who he knows himself to be. Now, the trailer, it doesn't really do so much as confuse you as it kind of baits you, right? It kind of teases these moments and makes you question, okay, was he cursed from birth? Did his mother do something that curses him? Or, because it does show him as a child being led in by those priests to have an exorcism performed on him, which obviously doesn't work, because a werewolf curse like we said, predates Christianity. It goes back to ancient pagan myth. It predates the vampire, right? Which is kind of funny. Like, I saw somebody saying, like, I don't understand how vampires are more popular than werewolves, when werewolves have literally had existing lore and are more terrifying than vampires. Which is fair. It's a fair question. There's a lot of things that I wonder, like, why they aren't more in the zeitgeist than not others. Especially if they're older than the ones that are currently in the zeitgeist. Well, I mean, but then again, it's really hard to take a demon and make him sparkly, right? Like you do in Twilight with vampires and shit, or take werewolves and make them dogs, like you do in Twilight. But the Edgar's understood that at the current moment, with everything already being done, the only thing to do is go back to the start. Is go back to the original mythology, go back to the original conditions that something like this would happen, and just show the grounded, just utterly nasty depiction of what somebody who is cursed would go through in turning into this feral beast, right? Which, from what I hear, Aaron Taylor Johnson like went above and beyond. Like, he literally studied dogs and the movements of like wild wolves and stuff like that. So he, when the time came, he could actually contort his body to make himself look like he was walking and running like a four-legged creature like that, which I think is amazing. Just the dedication one must have to get that done is wow. But again, do I think this is needed in a time where you're not going to get anything new ever again, right? Because as much as the back rooms and as much as Obsession is getting, all this buzz and all this love and all this acclaim and everything else, it didn't do anything new. Liminal horror has been around since I can remember. Like, Obsession is literally just the horror version of Big. Tom Hanks, anybody seen that? Literally, it's like going to the Zoltar machine and bam, same thing. Everything old is new again. So if you're going to do something like that, you might as well just scrap everything that you know. If you're going to do a werewolf movie like that, you got to scrap everything you know, go back to the start, just sit down with the original lore, the original myth, the original curse, and then try to envision and bring that to life in a very grounded and realistic way, which Eggers is very good at. I really respect and I really applaud the way he goes about doing this. Like, trying to find the grounded reality and nuance of the original material, whether it be the original material toward witches, the original material toward vampires, the original material toward Hamlet, because he was a real person, and now the grounded and realistic look into the material of werewolves. Everything old is new again, but only because everybody is so tired. I think we're getting to the point where everybody's ready to get off of this 6-cycle carousel, right? Same old slop, same old IP, same old ideas, just recycled again and again and again, with different angles and different faces and different pops and jump scares to try to lure you into something that you've already seen before, right? All of us, we've already seen all of this stuff before. So why not go back to the start, right? Why not go back to original interpretation? Like, get rid of all of that practical effects and digital effects and everything else, and just give us a human being's descent into madness from the lens of what old world, ancient world people would view as the lycanthrope curse. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. You guys have a good day.